Atypical Artists and Lillian Holman present Greenhouse. Letter 12. One sentence.
Dear Rose, I am heartbroken and so sorry, and wish I could tell you more about how much I regret my actions, but out of respect for your wishes, I will keep this to one sentence. Sincerely, Abby.
Letter 13. The type of thing that would work in a movie.
Dear Rose, okay, I know you said one sentence, and I'm the last person in the world who should be ignoring a specific request from you, but I promise that this will be the last full letter you get from me. You just have a right to know my plan. I haven't been able to sleep these past 2 nights, and I closed the store yesterday so I could stay home. I may not be able to travel back in time and hide my phone, or sell Jason the roses with nothing more than a smile and a have a nice day, but I can do whatever is in my power to fix this. I Googled Jason's name. In happier times, I'd note that you'd be so proud of me. And while I initially couldn't figure out who Jason worked for, I eventually searched Jason and Groveland, and it took me to some really awful websites. Those websites were helpful, though, because one of them had his picture, and when I clicked on it, Google suggested similar images, and then I found his photo attached to some guy named Mitch Morris, and he writes for The Bridge up in San Francisco. Usually that sort of thing would send me down a spiral of fear about privacy and wondering who could look me up online, but, well, I don't have time for that. Anyway, the good news from all that research is that I may have actually figured out a way to fix our problem, and I am upset that I didn't think of it before. You see, my mother is not close with her family, so I don't know them very well, but her father is a publisher and I know he lives in the Bay Area. I looked him up, and The Bridge is one of his magazines. I wish I could tell you that I have his number and that this is all sorted out and you'll never hear from this asshole again. But I don't have his number since I haven't seen the man since I was 15. I thought I could get it from my mom, but then, of course, my parents are in some sort of phoneless retreat, and even if I called the emergency line, she wouldn't have a device to look up his contact info. I thought I could try and email him, but shockingly, they don't publish the head of the board's email address in a public place. I do have a plan, though. I know I told you I don't drive, and the truth is I just hate driving. I do know how, though, and I do have a license, so I'm going to suck it up and do it. Before you're too impressed, though, I was going to take the bus, but all the buses to San Francisco would take too long, and I can't afford the last-minute plane ticket. I also thought about maybe taking a taxi, but that would also cost too much, and I don't want to be in a car with a stranger for that long. Therefore, while I haven't been behind the wheel in a couple of years, I'm going to rent a cheap car. I'm actually waiting for the rental car company to deliver it now. The muscle memory should be there, and I even read through the DMV guidebook in order to refresh my memory. That is probably more detail than you need, but I'm still kind of revved up about all of this, so bear with me. Once the car arrives, I'm going to drive up to the publisher's offices and present my name and see if I can see my grandfather. I don't know how much this will help or if he's even the type of person who would care about justice over profit margins, but if there's even the smallest chance he could help, I want to try. Also, it sounds like the type of thing that would work in a movie, right? I defer to your judgment about that, but I know in books you never ignore a convenient coincidence. I don't know if I'll make it up there in time to stop the story, but I figure I can at least get my grandfather to publish our side of things and fire Jason Mitch if we're lucky. This has to be against some journalistic ethics thing, right? Anyway, my phone is telling me that the car is 3 minutes away, so I should wrap this up. Since the rest of this is time sensitive, I'll text you once I know the deal. And before you freak out about how I got your number, your dad included it in his original explanation about the will in case of emergencies. I've tried to pretend I don't have it, since I'm sure the last thing you want is me calling you out of the blue. But I think this qualifies as an emergency. Okay, I'm going to go try and calm myself down so I can drive, and I'll try my best to keep you updated without annoying you further. Sincerely, Abby. P.S. I didn't watch the video. I never want to watch you suffer.
Greenhouse is a production of Atypical Artists. It was written, directed, and edited by Lillian Holman. The voice of Abigail Adams is Helen Highfield. The show art was designed by Emily Chen. Greenhouse is produced by Lauren Shippen, Brigham Snow, and Lillian Holman.